Hi everybody. This here is a crystal that I bought about a year ago to represent my journey of love yourself before you love another. That is the meaning of this crystal. It has some beautiful tiger's eye in it. Some other gloriousness. Because, wow. First of all, I never thought I was going to actually make this video because I've been like really anxious about, not anxious about it, but it's so personal that it was not until this evening where I was very blessed to reconnect with a dear friend whom is a bit older, about 10 years older on the path. And I just realized that not in every capacity, but the reason we connected so quickly was because we are a mirror for each other in a certain regard. And this topic that I'm going to talk about, the reason I've been avoiding this subject is because it's very sensitive to me. I will be honest, I've been totally emotionally abused in relationships, very badly so, because of this circumstance. And well, yeah, I'm not even gonna get into that, but I think it's extremely important to be open because I'm 28 now, and I just kind of wish that when I was younger there had just been more guidance. That's why I made the other video and why I think it's so important for people to be educated about sexuality and gender, because if you're I should also pause just to say that it's really common for people on the spectrum to dive super deep into this, like super deep. Like, I have spent countless nights obsessing over this stuff, trying to figure myself out, because as I mentioned, I've been hurt by it, but also there is a deep desire, not desire, a necessity in the Aspie mind to figure out truth and have special interests. And I think the reason that a lot of people on the spectrum, I don't know if you've looked into this, but have more of an exploration of gender, I'm going to move locations, of gender and sexuality and all of this, or polyamory, like whatever anybody's unique truth is not because there are more people on the spectrum who have these things. It's not like there's more people on the spectrum who are non-binary and all of these aspects. I think it's the whole general population. It's just that there happens to be this part of the self that is just determined to know oneself and figure out truth. And anything less than that feels like a lie, and it's really hard to live a lie, and it's really painful. And then the whole other aspect is that there's I believe a deeper spiritual purpose in each person's unique reality, and without having the full self, you can end up in a lot more challenging situations and circumstances and things, which I have as well. I'm really not going to go into that. There's like a 3 times the rate of sexual assault and all of that for women on the spectrum. Like, it's really a dark statistic, and there needs to be a whole lot more going on with this, especially for high functioning people that have not been diagnosed. And that's why I don't really care if people are like, I don't believe you. People have said that to me, that they don't believe me. It took a long time to convince my parents, even though when I was little, they tried to get me diagnosed. Unsuccessfully. They're like, what's up with our kid? Let's take them to a specialist. The specialist did not diagnose me. I've been in therapy most of my life. Anyways, I'm not going to go into that heaviness, but part of why I'm so strongly advocating for this and why I work with special needs kids is because, like, knowing oneself will protect oneself. And if you don't, and if you cannot communicate to others effectively, you will not be protected. This is going to be a bit of a long video. This is going to be at least another 5 minutes. So if you need a pause and restart. I'm gonna go get my stuffy. Okay. Ow. Ow. We're back. Okay. Let's try this again. So, the things I wish I was educated on about in school before I entered any romantic relationship so I could know myself and therefore not be abused. Like, I'm really not using that term lightly. If you know me personally, you know the stories, and I'm not going to go there. Anyhow. I really don't want to talk about this. But I'm going to do it anyways because it really matters. So, when I was younger, one thing I was exploring was my gender. And when I was in middle school, there was a play. It was called Up the Down the Staircase. And I was very adamant that I wanted to play the character of Joe Farrow. Because I was like, he's the most badass character, and I want to be him. And I watched my mom and I watched my cousin Vinny, and I perfected that accent. I got the greatest guy outfit. And it was a really positive experience for me being that role. It felt very natural and very empowering, and I really enjoyed it. But when we, as a group, went to a competition to perform our play, like, all the other leads in this play got recognized and, like, awarded, and then they, like, totally ignored me. It wasn't that anyone was like, it's bad and you shouldn't be doing this and a girl shouldn't play a boy. But, you know, I don't know if anyone's seen the Emoto rice experiments, but actually, Emoto rice, they're really cool. If you ignore something, it's actually worse than saying I hate you to it. So that really, really hit my heart. As a kid, and I was like, well, I guess it's not okay that, you know, I vibe with being a boy sometimes, or I vibe with that energy. Like, that's definitely not socially accepted, and it was just like a very clear energy to me. It's like, no, this is not okay. And I felt it. Like, I knew that that's what the people who were rating the show in that moment were, like, definitely sending me that message. It was like, this is not okay. And it still bothers me. Because, as it turns out, I am a very confusing entity who is both a she and a they simultaneously. Wait, this is for you, Rebecca. I am both a she and a they at the same time. Sorry, world. Just here to confuse you. And when I figured that out, I felt really weird about that too. Because I was like, this is gonna confuse everyone. But then I was on Snapchat and I saw this meme pop up, like of me, of my little meme self, and one said, I don't know, it just came, and one said her slash she, and then right next to it was another option that said her slash they. And I was looking at the her slash they and I was like, oh yeah, that's me. And apparently the current world is getting it, and they're not totally freaked out that somebody might be both of those things at the same time. And that warmed my heart. And feels really good to talk about this. If anyone ever actually watches it, thank you for listening and caring. And I really want to speak to one more thing about this because it's very important. I happen to be a rather flat-chested woman. Not flat, I really like what I have here. But if I want to dress more guyishly, the world is fine with women, thank you to previous generations, wearing pants and dressing more guyishly. And like, it is, I guess what I'm trying to say is that I'm very aware that I'm blessed, that my body happens, and my gender, everything going on as a woman right now happens to make it easier to self, what's the word? Reflect, to self-express. Because if like let's say like it just happens that this is the body I'm in. I'm really tall, I'm 5'10", and especially if I wear like some chunky boots, like I feel like I match who I am inside. I don't feel a need to be transgender because I can accurately express me. My body feels like me, and I know that I'm blessed in that way. And some people don't feel like they have a match. And also, if somebody is, like, let's say somebody was a he slash they and wanted to wear dresses and express in that way, like, it's harder. A guy can't experiment. I mean, I hope that changes. Obviously. Very much so. I mean, that sucks. That's terrible. Ugh. But I know I'm blessed that I'm me, and that's why I think people are like, oh, whatever, doesn't matter. Yeah, so that is part 1. That is my video about gender. I'm gonna save the next video for the next time. But this is part 1 about where I am on the rainbow. More to come. Thank you for listening.